Morning, guys. What day is it? 5/8. We're about to head to Auburn, Alabama, and do 2 roofs down there today. I just wanted to throw this out there, just a topic. So we get this question every once in a while from customers, and it's what do you guys use? That's typically how they word it, or something along that line. And what they're asking is, what is the chemical or the cleaner that you're using? So how do you deal with that question? I don't know why. I've yet to figure this out, but customers, homeowners have an innate fear of bleach. They are terrified of it. They are scared to death if you say that you're spraying bleach on their house. They swim in it. It's in drinking water, and city tap water is treated with it. It's in their laundry. They probably got a jug of it under their kitchen sink right now. But if you spray it on the house, all hell's going to break loose. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse will show up, and everything's going to be bad. So what I have found over the years is I avoid the topic. It's not that I'm trying to hide anything from them, but there's really no reason for me to come up and say the B word if it's not brought up by them. The way I advertise and market is we're going to use a biodegradable cleaning solution that is specifically made to do what we're doing, cleaning houses and cleaning roofs. I have heard people say we use a proprietary algicide. That sounds good. The word solution versus the word chemical. Solution sounds better to the homeowner. It is a chemical. Everything's a chemical. If you take a basic chemistry class, everything's a chemical. So a lot of it is just in the way that it sounds to the layman. So you'll get a homeowner that says, what are you guys using? And I'll say something like, well, we use our own proprietary solution that we've been using for over a decade to clean homes and roofs, or whatever the job is. To clean roofs, we've been doing it a long time. We got thousands of jobs, and it works really good, and it gives a really good result, and it's biodegradable, and it's safe for the landscape as long as we do what we're supposed to do with it. I'll say something like that. And 90% of the time, that's, oh, okay. That's the end of the conversation. If they specifically say, sometimes they'll say this, you guys don't use bleach, do you? Well, I don't want to lie to them, so a lot of times I'll say, yep, there's a little bit of bleach in there. There's actually the main ingredient in household bleach is one of the main ingredients in our cleaning solution. So it's got some of the same stuff in there and some other soaps and surfactants in there with it. And sometimes that'll be the end of the conversation. But every once in a while you'll have a homeowner, and it's usually older people, little old ladies for some reason. It seems to be 100% of the time with us. Well, I don't want you to use bleach. And I'll say, okay, well, we'll roll our hoses up and go back to the house. If we've started doing any work, we'll settle up. I'll say, okay, well, I guess we need to settle up then because it's time for us to leave. A lot of times this will happen at the estimate stage, though, and you haven't actually done any work. So you're there quoting a job. Well, I don't want you to use any bleach. Well, ma'am, I just want to inform you that is the chemical we use to clean your house is the industry standard. It's actually what's recommended by the manufacturer. Let's say you're doing a roof job. It's actually what's recommended by the manufacturer to clean this properly. And we've done thousands of jobs. We've got almost all 5-star reviews if you go and look at our review section on Facebook. Been in the business over a decade, so I hope that you could trust that and know that we're using the right stuff to do the job. And if that doesn't work, if they still say, well, I just don't want you to use any bleach, then there's nothing you can do. Unless you're going to lie to them and tell them that you're not going to use bleach, which I don't recommend, just tell them the truth. Yep, it's got a little bit of bleach in it, and if your customer has some kind of irrational fear of bleach, that's a big red flag right there for pickiness. Going to be a problem paying. Going to be like super stickler for detail, which on a roof cleaning there's really, it's either clean or dirty. But like on a house wash, sometimes you'll have things that aren't dirty. They're just neglected or damaged, or you've gotten all the algae off, but there may be some other type of stuff that's going on the side, oxidation, or whatever. That's a big red flag if they're like, I don't want you to use bleach, and you can't use any bleach, or they start telling you other products that they want you to use. Guys, do not let the customer back you into a corner. Remember, you are the professional here. You do this every day. I do this every day, 5 days a week. I am not going to let some little old lady who's never washed a house in her life and watches daytime TV come outside and tell me what chemicals to use to do my job. This is not how this works at all, okay? I don't go to the auto shop, the auto mechanic shop, and tell him what brand wrenches that I want him to use. Don't work that way. If the bug guy comes out to spray my house and treat my house, I don't say, now, I want you to use this, that, and the other, chemicals for bug spraying. If the lawn guy comes to spray my lawn, I don't say, now what are you using there, fella? I either have enough confidence in that company because of their reputation and because of the reviews and because they've been around, because they're professional, that I can trust that that they know what they're doing, or I don't. And that's what the customer has to perceive from you. And either they get that or they don't. And sometimes there's nothing you can do to make them get that. And it's just best to say, okay, well, we'll see you later. I don't let my customers, I will never let my customers dictate the procedures and methods of doing the job. Now they can dictate the job and what they want done, but they're not going to dictate how it gets done. That's not the way the world works. So fortunately, those are rare. You don't get those a lot, but just use solution instead of chemical as much as you can. There's some other terminology you can use that it just aesthetically sounds better to the customer, and that's fine. In my book, I don't lie to them. If they ask straight out, I'll tell them, yep, there's some sodium hypochlorite in our solution, which is also in bleach. So yes, there is some of the same ingredients here, but we know what we're doing. It's the proper stuff. So don't lie, don't beat around the bush too much about it, but don't bring the topic up voluntarily. I just found that it's better. Most people don't care, but anyways, guys, hope that helps. I know you're going to run into that if you hadn't already ran into it. So just kind of the angle that we take on it. Filling up the tank, transferring some SH over this morning, and we're about to head out to do some roof jobs. So we'll check in with you guys later. Have a good one.